Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. On this channel we've covered a lot of ongoing efforts to combat the piracy of anime and manga, and much like the war on drugs, the war on piracy has been quite costly and ineffective. Today we're going to be looking at perhaps the biggest push to combat piracy to date, a campaign aligning all of Japan's biggest studios and publishers, as well as several major international media companies. But with all of the resources, time, and energy ironically taken away from the industry to fund this campaign, will it even accomplish anything? The answer is no, but let's look at the details. Set to launch operations in April, a Japan-based anti-piracy group is building a huge coalition dedicated to tackling illegal online distribution of anime, manga, and similar copyrighted content. Now looking through this group pretty much includes every major Japanese studio and publisher, Netflix, Hollywood studios, and even studios from China. And from all the anti-piracy coalitions we've seen up until this point, this is by far the biggest one. And it all sounds so intimidating until you think for 2 seconds and realize this is all bark and no bite. The same fatal flaw exists with this coalition as with all previous ones. It is 100% reliant on international cooperation, and they can do all the investigating and spend all the resources they want, but nothing will happen if law enforcement of other countries refuse to act on their tips, which is almost always the case and will continue to be the case. But before we go further, let's cover a few things. First, why do people pirate anime and manga in the first place? Pretty simple reasons actually. Cost, the best content is free content. Availability, with region lock content, some people don't have the legal means to obtain certain anime and manga. There's also a sort of Sophie's choice between supporting pirating services or supporting corporations and streaming services like Crunchyroll that treat studios horribly too, or even just simple curiosity, trying out the medium or certain franchises for free to see if you like it. I think for a lot of people, when it comes to certain content, it's pirate it or don't have it at all. That's the case for region lock content or for people who aren't willing to purchase content outright. The kind of person who's pirating a series is not going to turn around and start paying for it because the pirated version gets shot down. They're just going to stop consuming it, or they'll just pirate it from somewhere else. And honestly, Japan is largely to blame for this situation, alongside the studios and publishers. For decades, Japan has exercised weak copyright laws, and one thing that studios and publishers have continued to do to this day is exercise archaic practices of region locking their content for honestly no good reason in an industry that's booming globally. Historically and presently, a lot of anime and manga won't make it outside of Japan without piracy. The people pirating content like that would never have access to it in the first place. And when it comes to legally available options, the volleying of franchises between studios and license holders requires the average viewer to have an unreasonable amount of paid subscriptions if they want to have access to what they need. I mean, a recent example we talked about was Takagi-san. You need 3 different subscriptions to watch the 3 seasons of that anime. And the recent push to take down piracy services, mainly fueled by revisions to Japanese copyright law in 2021, has been successful at taking down some services, but it's like playing whack-a-mole. Take one site down and 3 pop up in its place. And all of this is also ignoring the difficulty that comes with enforcing Japanese copyright laws on foreign nations who are unlikely to cooperate. Just like in the past, this new coalition will fail, and the irony here is that so much time and investment was put into making this, when it should have been spent on the industry itself. Piracy isn't something that's going to be defeated anytime soon, and for many, it's a necessary tool to even participate in the medium at all. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe for more daily videos, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.